What's up everyone, and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Dana White reveals huge UFC updates last night. Wow, last night was crazy to say the least. Dana White was on Instagram Live when he told everyone that he will be announcing fights after TUF.
So guys, I'm here filming The Ultimate Fighter right now. I'm gonna make an announcement soon in the next.
Y'all won't believe what Ariel Helwani just spilled. This massive super fight is already in the works for June. I'm literally shaking with excitement as I tell you this.
News nearly 3 hours after telling everyone he'll make an announcement, Dana White delivered on Instagram Live. And let's just say, it was worth the wait. Make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. So let's dive into everything that happened.
So honey, let me catch you up on all the jaw-dropping drama that's unfolding in the UFC world right now. We've got Michael Chandler dishing about his fight with Paddy Pimblett, Alexander Volkanovski throwing some serious shade at Diego Lopez, and get this, Arman Tsarukyan had this totally awkward moment where he accidentally pushed his coach right out of the octagon during training. But wait, that's not even the biggest tea I'm about to spill. You might want to sit down for this one because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely wild. In what has to be the most shocking plot twist of 2025, Ilia Topuria has just dropped his featherweight belt like it's hot and is making a full-time move to lightweight. And darling, he's not being shy about it. He's got his eyes set on none other than the lightweight king himself, Islam Makhachev. I can't even begin to tell you how this has turned the UFC world completely upside down.
He did not do all he can at 145 though, and this decision removes him from any featherweight GOAT discussions.
Let me tell you, sweetie, everyone's jaws hit the floor when Dana made this announcement. I mean, can you blame them? Topuria had just put on this absolutely spectacular show against Max Holloway, and everyone thought we were in for multiple title defenses. But here's the real tea. Word on the street is that those brutal weight cuts were just becoming too much for our boy Ilia. Now here's where it gets even juicier. Everyone's wondering who Topuria is going to face in the lightweight division. Some fans are already dreaming big, hoping he'll get an immediate shot at Islam Makhachev's crown, which would literally be the fight of the year. But honey, let me tell you, some skeptics are saying Dana White and Hunter Campbell won't make it that easy for him. Although, Dana's been dropping these little hints for the past 2 weeks about having something extra special planned for Islam Makhachev. And honestly, what else could it be besides Makhachev versus Topuria?
Makhachev is the fight you've got to make next. Like, there's not a whole lot of challengers right now that are really intriguing in this division. I think you put Ilia in a title fight.
But hold on to your seats because this drama gets even better. Islam Makhachev is playing hard to get, insisting that Topuria needs to prove himself against a top contender before even thinking about a title shot. And don't even get me started on Islam's manager, Rizvan Magomadev. He's out here basically demanding that Ilia needs to go through either Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira in a #1 contender fight to show he's legit at lightweight. I mean, can you believe the shade? They're acting like they didn't already give Alexander Volkanovski his shot when he was featherweight champ. But here's the piping hot tea straight from Ariel Helwani. This super fight is already being planned for June. I'm telling you, this Makhachev versus Topuria showdown is totally happening, and the MMA world is absolutely losing it. Everyone's picking sides like it's high school drama all over again. Some fans are over the moon about this matchup, but others? Oh honey, they're throwing some serious accusations saying Topuria is running scared from potential challengers at featherweight like Movsar Evloev and Diego Lopez. But let me set the record straight. That's complete nonsense. Our boy Ilia has never backed down from a challenge. And let's be real, these weight cuts were getting brutal. Besides, even if he had stayed at featherweight, the UFC wasn't exactly rushing to give Evloev a title shot anyway. You should see what people are saying on social media. The Fight Fanatic posted on X, and I quote, "You got to really respect Ilia. I mean, he truly believes he can beat Islam. No way does someone vacate the belt without that belief. Win or lose, massive respect for him." And Shaheen Al-Shadi dropped this bomb. Ilia Topuria knocking out Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, then jumping up a division and dethroning a prime Islam Makhachev would legitimately be the greatest 3-fight run in MMA history. But of course, there's always drama. Some hater wrote, "How can you be a fan of a coward who blatantly ran from his division because he knew Movsar was next?" And another chimed in about people calling him scared for wanting to fight Islam, Dustin, Charles, or dealing with Lopez or Movsar. You know what Topuria did? He just hit back on Instagram with this super cryptic, "not like us" message. I literally can't with this man. Listen, I know some people are skeptical about this move, but Topuria has made a career out of proving doubters wrong. Sure, we've only seen him once at lightweight against Jai Herbert, but even then, he showed that warrior spirit we all live for. He got rocked, came back, and delivered this absolutely brutal knockout. Now, I'm hearing all these whispers that even if he manages to get past killers like Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira, or Justin Gaethje, he won't be able to handle Makhachev. But honey, this is Ilia Topuria we're talking about. Nobody gave him a chance in his last 2 fights, and what did he do? He went in there and shocked the world. So when it comes to a potential fight with Makhachev, all I'm saying is, don't count our boy out. And the drama doesn't stop there. With Topuria leaving his featherweight crown behind, the division is wide open. Dana White just confirmed that Alexander Volkanovski is going to face Diego Lopez for the vacant title at UFC 314. Talk about a chance for Volk to reclaim his throne.
Think about it. Next day, flew to Vegas, sat down with him in his office. We talked through everything. We made the decision. Fighting Paddy Pimblett, Miami, April 12th. Because a imperfect plan implemented now is better than a perfect plan implemented months from now. There's a lot of stuff going on with the division. It was a big summer for the lightweight division. After the last fight, one of the most disappointing losses of my career, I wanted to get right back on the horse, get right back in the octagon. So I like the matchup, love the matchup actually. I respect Paddy. I think Paddy's a skilled fighter. I think he's still got a bright future, but I think he's going to run into a buzzsaw named Michael Chandler on April 12th. As always, I will be the most entertaining guy that steps inside the octagon that night. I will have everybody on their feet. I will have everybody on the edge of their seat, going out there with one goal in mind. That's to separate our opponent from consciousness. We head into training camp today, next 8 weeks. God bless. See you at the top.
Moving on, Dana White revealed that Yair Rodriguez will fight the new UFC recruit Patricio Pitbull at UFC 314.
Number 4 ranked, Yair Rodriguez. And my boys are telling me there's been some talk out on the internet about this one. Patricio Pitbull at featherweight. For those of you who don't know, Pitbull is a former 2-division champion in another organization. Recently, he has publicly asked for his release, and now we get to see him compete against the best in the world. When he left the organization, he was the featherweight champion, so basically the same thing happens. When the first punch is thrown in this fight, he's no longer their champion.
Talk about a chance for Volk to reclaim his throne. Michael Chandler reacts to his fight with Paddy Pimblett.
Planet reported that Patricio Pitbull had signed with the UFC after being granted his release from the PFL. However, at the time, it turned out there was a miscommunication between the MMA Planet owner and Pitbull's manager, and many reputable reporters denied this news. MMA Planet was getting bashed online for their misinformation, and they were quick to apologize because it was a simple miscommunication error. However, it turned out to be true, and Pitbull cleared the air on what exactly happened while breaking his silence on his UFC 314 fight announcement. Hello, my interview with MMA Planet, who's a very serious journalist, happened 11 days ago, and there really was a miscommunication. The official UFC offer, as an odd coincidence, only came a couple of hours ago. There were a lot of moving pieces, and I'll talk about it all soon. It's time to conquer a new crown. UFC featherweights, your future king has arrived. What a bizarre situation, and the announcements aren't even done. Moving on to UFC 315, we got a huge switch up that the MMA community was not expecting. Dana White revealed that Belal Muhammad will fight Jack Della Maddalena at the main event.
Now let me get to UFC 315 on May 10th, live from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. The main event, Belal Muhammad, his first title defense against number 4 ranked Jack Della Maddalena. We tried multiple times to put together the Belal Shavkat Rakhmonov fight, but Rakhmonov is injured. So as soon as Rakhmonov's healthy again, we'll get him back in there, and obviously he'll probably be first in line, the Jack Della versus Belal fight. Belal hasn't lost in 11 fights. Jack's on a 17-fight win streak, with all 8 of those wins coming by first round knockout or submission. He's another guy who's earned like 5 performance bonuses in 6 fights. These guys have a combined 28-fight unbeaten streak that goes back over 6 years.
Those of you who watch our videos every day are probably confused because Leon Edwards versus JDM was the main event.
Alexander Volkanovski has sent a message to Diego Lopez.
Is injured, so they decided to switch up Leon Edwards' opponent a month before UFC London. Leon Edwards will now fight Sean Brady as the main event for the London card. After Dana White's livestream, Shavkat Rakhmonov reacted to the situation with the following tweet. Big thanks to the UFC for offering me the shot at the belt first. Unfortunately, due to injury, I won't be ready for May. I'll be facing the winner later this year. As for Belal Muhammad, he has a very tough opponent ahead at UFC 315. Belal broke his silence on the fight, saying, "Canelo hands are activated." He then went on to poke fun of Leon Edwards for the opponent change, saying, "Dang, I stole Leon's belt."
Oh, and get this. In what has to be the most awkward moment of the week, Arman Tsarukyan accidentally pushed his coach right out of the octagon during pad work.
Dana White switching up Leon Edwards' opponent rather than subbing in Joaquin Buckley. Buckley was right there for the title fight, but instead, y'all give JDM a title shot, who has worse wins, barely fights, and was already scheduled for a fight, and they reward Sean Brady by giving him the #1 guy? I literally can't believe this. Buckley reacted to the comments saying, "All good fam, UFC cooking right now, and we know who's on the menu." What do you guys think? Did the UFC mess up by not giving Joaquin Buckley the title shot? As for the co-main event for UFC 315 in Montreal, Dana White revealed Valentina Shevchenko will defend her flyweight title against Manon Fiorot. This is an interesting fight since Manon Fiorot is currently 7.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on MMA news. Bye!